Movie Reedviews with me, Cody Reed. This review is for The Imitation Game, which is directed by Morten Tyldum, some kind of foreign director that no one really knows, but it stars Benedict Cumberbatch, which is what I like to call him, but it's really Benedict Cumberbatch, as well as Kiera Knightley. And it tells the story of Alan Turing, this mathematician who is hired to basically help solve this enigma code that the Germans are using in World War II. The Germans were winning at the time, and so Alan Turing is hired to solve this code that they're using to send transmissions to each other, so that way they could figure out what their next moves might be, and maybe they can win the war. Yeah, the Germans were winning the war at the time. They need, some kind of help, and so instead of using the actual battlefield, which they were using, but they also hired Alan Turing, as well as these other mathematicians, to come together and work together to solve this code and possibly use that strategy to help them win the war. Alan Turing is one of these mathematicians who basically helps create the modern computer. He's one of these great scientists or mathematicians from decades ago that helped with the technology that we have nowadays. But he was also, first of all, gay. And then second of all, he was this kind of introvert and socially awkward kind of guy. And part of that had to do with his past. There was a lot of things that he had to deal with, plus it was illegal to be a homosexual back in the day, especially in Britain. And so Alan Turing had a lot of these personal things that he was going through. Kind of working with other people wasn't his strong suit. Him being gay also had to deal with that. But also, Benedict Cumberbatch, I almost said Benedict Cumberbatch, I can't even say his name. He plays Alan Turing, and he does a fantastic job. So you have Alan Turing, who's this really socially awkward guy. Benedict Cumberbatch, he really plays it with a lot of emotion, and the things that Alan Turing had to go through, and I really loved his performance. At one point, Alan needs some additional help, and so he goes around trying to get other people's help, and he ends up hiring a couple people, one of which is Kiera Knightley's character. And so she plays this really strong and powerful woman that, could really hold her own, and also becomes a best friend for Alan. As Alan starts working with this group of people, you can see him as he's developing these friendships and starting to break out of his shell a little bit. But it's really Kiera Knightley's character that helps him to do that. They form this bond and this strong relationship together. And her being this strong woman, but him being gay, but they come together anyway because they're both unique characters. No one thinks that Kiera Knightley's character can be smart because she's a woman, and then you have Alan Turing hiding his homosexuality. So they come together, and I really loved their relationship together. Not only do you see Alan Turing, Benedict Cumberbatch's character, breaking out of his shell and gaining friends, but you also see him putting his intelligence to the test as he's trying to solve this enigma code. And you also see him dealing with this emotional tug on his heart, with all these secrets that he has to hold. And so the movie really revolves around him, but I also enjoyed the overall story. The script is great, the acting really helps, but the storyline and the writing itself helps to give the movie, a step up, in my opinion. And you could really see Alan Turing having to deal with all these different things in his life, but also the pressure of having to solve this code for the war. Two final thoughts I had, one of which was there could have been two different possibilities for endings that I saw for the movie, and I feel that they chose the better of the two, which I really liked. The movie did have some flashbacks scattered throughout, as well as a couple flash forwards, so it kind of makes the storytelling a little interesting in that way. The flash forwards were okay, and then the flashbacks were kind of scattered. But other than that, it's a really superb movie. Definitely Oscar-worthy in my opinion. If you're on the fence though, go see it if you love Benedict Cumberbatch and some of his work, because he's fantastic. Even Kiera Knightley, I don't know her too much in many movies, Pirates of the Caribbean mostly, first off, but they both do great. It's a great biopic and great war story, but if those aren't really your things, maybe pass on the movie, but I still think this movie should be for everyone. Whether you like the stories or not, it's good just to see it, to be informed, and learn of this man, Alan Turing. It was a great story, and overall, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The flashbacks were just a tiny decrease, but overall, it's almost a perfect movie. Great storyline, and it was great timing too, a little less than 2 hours, so I say go see it. Hopefully this review helped. Like this video if you did like it, please, and if you have seen the movie, leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts on the movie were. But please subscribe so you can get updates on my other reviews later on. And then lastly, if you want to follow me, I'm at Facebook and Twitter at Movie Reedviews, or you could even send me an email at moviereedviews@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching, and happy viewing.
I am a knight who says, me. Now, this movie, it was very good. We like puzzles. So does Alan Turing. So I'll give it 3 out of 3 knees. Me.